Good afternoon, Catherine. It's Kerry here from Pacific Toyota Lexus Cairns. So first of all, before I get into the video, I'll tell you a little bit more about Pacific Toyota. So Pacific Toyota is actually one or two pre-owned dealerships here in far north Queensland. This one we're standing right now at the moment is actually at 77 Mulgrove Road. So we're actually based in the city of Cairns itself. So we're at 1.5 kilometres away from the city. Our second pre-owned yard that we actually have is actually at 235 Mulgrove Road, and that's about 2 kilometres south of Cairns itself on the left hand side. Next to that is our franchise dealership Toyota and Lexus as well too. Behind that is our service and parts department as well too. We actually own Opposite Lock as our four-wheel drive centre that does all our four-wheel drive accessories. Also, Coral Motors is actually one of our pre-owned inspection vehicles that does all our roadworthies on our vehicles as well too. And also Pacific Hino does all our four-wheel drive all our trucks as well too. As you can see in the background there is actually our showroom floor, so it's 2 stories. Fantastic. Okay, Catherine, so what I'm going to do for you today is we've got this lovely 2018 Kia Stinger 330S that I'm going to go through the vehicle itself. I'm going to be very, very honest with this vehicle and tell you a little bit more about this car as well too. I've already spoken to you on the phone. I told you where it come from, who actually owned it last as well too, but I'm going to go through the service history and show you a little bit more about that. So let's get straight into it. As you can see, we get down to the front bar of the vehicle itself. There is a fine little couple of scratches on the front bar, but I tried to rectify them with some polish and buff. I can brush touch them for you, but I'll go through and show you anyway. Just having a look at the front bar, like I said, there is a couple of little minor marks here. There's one down here as well too. Also, there's a couple of little perfections into the paint as well, but they can be fixed and sorted out for you as well. Just going up onto the bonnet of the vehicle as well. Just going across the top of the bonnet. That's in great condition on the bonnet as well too as well. Going up into the glass just to make sure I can show you that the discount price on it has been heavily reduced down to $39,990. Just going across the top of the glass itself, just make sure there's no chips or cracks or any damages on the windscreen itself. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to step back a little bit here on the left side and show you a little bit more down the side of the vehicle just to make sure there's no bad perfections in the car itself. Just having a look here now, Catherine, just going to go down to the left side of the vehicle. Like I said, there is a couple little scratches on it. I'm just going to get close, but I have brush touched them anyway as well too, that we have fixed up. Get close to that paint. Just to want to show you, make sure, like I said, I'll be very, very honest with this video. Having a look at the rear bar, so that's already good. Just going to go up into the rear spoiler now, just on the back little part here. Little bit of an infection here, but something that I can get there with a brush touch. Same with here as well, and the couple there as well on the rear spoiler. But otherwise, that's pretty good. Down onto the rear bar itself, just want to make sure a couple little markings there in the rear bar itself. Going across the rear bar, another little marking here on this side as well that I want to point that out for you. Just going to go up onto the roof just to make sure there's no blemishes up on the roof itself. Go across the top of the roof, make sure there's no imperfections in the roof. Fantastic, Catherine, looks really good. Having a look onto the revision mirror, got the chrome in the revision mirror as well with the blinkers as well too. Couple little marks on that. Open up the passenger side door, looking at the trim now. So the trim is probably the most important, what is actually kept inside as well. That's in really good condition. Down onto the kick panel, in through to the carpets, checking the carpets up onto the back, up onto the dash, across the top of the dash as well. Back through the driver's side seat, in through the center console, and then back over to the passenger side seat as well too. I should say, we've got your logbooks, you've got 2 keys as well to the vehicle, but I'll go through them very shortly with you. I'll just have a look here Like I said, my apology, it is actually a 2020, not a 2018. Sorry about that. Having a look at the back rear trim, in through the kick panel onto the back of the seat, back through the rear seat as well itself. Fantastic, looks really great. That's been looked after really well. Those seats in great condition. Okay, having a look down onto the bottom part area now, or the rear spoiler. Just going around the wheel arch as well too. Fantastic. Just checking the tyres, got plenty of tread on the tyres. There is a little bit of gutter ash on the rims, as you can see right there, but otherwise there's nothing much I can really do on that side for you, Catherine. Having a look at the rear wheel arch now. Just going through the rear wheel arch. Fantastic, looks really good underneath there. Also got plenty of tread on the tyres. There is a bit of gutter ash on those rims on the top end there as well. You can see that. All right, fantastic. So I'm just going to go through lifting the tailgate up. Lifting the tailgate, you've got your reversing camera there. Inside you've got also your powerful shelf, so your private protecting, just to make sure there's no one inside that as well. Having a look inside here, so like I said, the interior is in great condition. Couple little scuff marks up on this side, to be honest here, but like I said, I really can't do too much about them. Having a look in here, you've got your jacks and tools as well too. I'll lift that little department up again, just check underneath it, and then you've got your space saver there as well. Fantastic. Closing that back up, close the tailgate up as well too. Just going to step back and look down the driver's side and just checking the paint on there, just to make sure there's no imperfections down that side of the vehicle. I'm going to run the camera down the side of the vehicle up onto the doors, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom part area as well too. Okay, Catherine, just having a look at that side, just checking that the paint, that's in pretty good condition on that side there. Like I said, there is a couple of little scratch marks, but I'll point them out to you as well. Having a look through the wheel arch here, I've got that glare coming through the video. I'll try and get on a bit of an angle, but that rim is actually in great condition. Looking down the bottom part now, going through this little mark here, but like I said, I can get the buff on that and a couple of little brush touches done for that for you. Having a look in the wheel arch here on the driver's side rear, checking the tyres out, a couple of little marks up here on this side. You can get a brush touch on there for you. You got the on the yellow wheels, got this couple of little scuff marks there as well. Okay, opening up the driver's side passenger door, looking at the trim, it's in great condition. Down onto the kick panel, up onto the back of the seat, across there, up onto the rear seats as well. Just checking to make sure everything is in great condition. Center area part as well where the cup holders is. Okay, having a look at the driver's side now, just looking at the trim, just to make sure that there is no scuff marks on there. I just noticed that if I look on the arm pill, a couple of little marks here, but there's a couple of little wear and tear. Down onto the kick panel, up onto the carpet, there's not really no marking, there's no gouges in the rear carpet or anything like that. Up onto the dash, across the top of the dash, and then basically back through the passenger side seat, in through the center console, and then back through the driver's side seat as well too. So you're going to be using this seat a lot, but this seat's actually been looked after really well. You can see that's taken care of that side. Let me get the inside the vehicle. I'm just going to point the camera straight on the cluster, as in the where the odometer reading and everything is. Closing that door. Does need some fuel, but we can sort that out for you. As you can see on the clock, it's got 89,091 on the clock. Just before I go away from the steering wheel, I just want to go around the steering wheel itself, just to make sure there's no imperfections on the steering wheel. Look on top there as well too. Basically around to the side of the vehicle. No, that's in great condition. Like I said, on the features, you've got your voice recognition, you've got your Bluetooth, and you've got your volume controls. On your right side of your steering wheel, you've got your cruise control as well too, and your adaptable radar cruise control. And then just below that, you've got your lane departure as well too. that you can see there. Adjusting your dimmer inside your cluster just to brighten it up, and then your fuel opener. Having a look over the audio sound system, it says it needs fuel. Yes, we know that for sure. But you've got your sat navigation system there as well too. If I go and change that into medial or into radio itself, it'll change it up. If I put it in reverse, we'll check out the camera. Fantastic. Having that camera is great to have, especially on something like this. I'll put it back into park. Having a look down here, actually just with your radio, that's all your mapping. So if you press maps, it'll go back to maps anyway. If you go into navigation, it'll check out where your descriptions are. Setting up all your Bluetooth, everything as well too. You got your dual climate control just in your passenger side, and then just your air conditioning. So you can adjust it up there as well. Screen. In here is just a little department that you can open up, and then basically you got your 12 volt on one side, USB on the other sides as well too. So you can plug your phone in there. Closing that up, pushing that back, and that'll slide forward. You've got your cup holders on the left side, and then you've got your gearbox on the right side. So changing your gear stick. So handbrake, you've got your traction control and your drive mode. So your drive mode will actually, if I get the camera close up there, you'll see that I'll push this here and it'll change it to sports mode, custom, comfort mode, or eco mode, or smart mode. So it's got about 5 different modes in the system of the transmission, as you can see. Having a look back down here, you've got your parker sensors, and then you've got your view camera. So if I push on that view camera, normally that'll actually show you the view on what's on the rear part area as well too. Having a look in your center console area. Alright, so the most important thing to do, Catherine, is actually showing you that it's got the 2 keys, and also got the service history to back that up as well too. So I said it's from Mackay originally. It's got the first service at 3,000 Ks, and then all your services after that done as well. So it's got 9,000, then you can see the other one done at 38,000, and then 39,000 Ks. They're all done in the Mackay area. You've got 50,000 Ks, 62,000 Ks, and then the next 2 actually done by Spencerman Auto Care, and that's done at 70 and 80,000. And you can see what I was saying, at 80,000 got replace rear diff oil as well too. Then you've got the last service was done by Pacific Hino, that's Coral Motors. That's where we do all our roadworthy guys as well. But no, thank you very much. I'm basically going to go now outside the vehicle here. Just going to lift up the bonnet and just check underneath the bonnet itself. But like I said, I've showed you the interior inside the vehicle itself, showed the exterior of the Kia Stinger as well. Katherine, if there is any other questions, please do not hesitate to give me a call. But looking underneath the vehicle and where the engine bay, that's in great condition. I've got the vehicle still running. But if there's any more questions, please do not hesitate to give me a call. But thank you very much for your inquiry on your 2020 Kia Stinger 330S in that lovely coupe, or that coupe you would call it, or you would call it a sedan. Either way, I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.